We are going old school today with an Atari 2600 game. I still don't get this controller, it's like a slipper.
I want my mommy. Now, what kind of name is that for a game? It's creepy. I don't know if it would be quite as creepy a title at the time it was released. It's only a bit weird now because there's full-on adults on TikTok showing off their daddy, mommy, dom kinks. Each to their own, obviously. I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying that, that kind of thing. It ruins formally nice stuff in the English lexicon. The way language evolves.
Well, to be quite honest, the only way to 100% stop yourself from getting exposed to other people's sexual neurosis is to just use devices that have no connection to the internet. Who sent this? And get it checked out, it's lopsided.
Anyway, I Want My Mommy was released in 1983 for the Atari 2600. It was only released in North America, thus the name. It's supposed to be for kids, but how young exactly? Are kids that play games at this difficulty level still saying mommy? I have no idea. I would ask someone with children, but I like to keep myself and my possessions as far away from kids as possible because they seem to be especially good at breaking both adults' belongings and adults in general, mentally.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I have a child. Unfortunately. Here, have this and shut up.
Alright, so the easy thing to take the mick out of for this review script is obviously the cover art. I have never seen a box art for any game that contains so much pathos and a sense of underlying fear. Apart from Krabby's Adventure on the PlayStation 2. So nuanced. Hey buddy. Hey. I don't know if the internet has ruined me, but this seems a bit dark to me. It's like this Teddy is watching his mum and dad have an absolutely blazing row, and he knows that Grandad is about to walk in and beat the crap out of both of them. Like he does every evening. Hello, Childline. Yes, this joke is going too far, yeah. No, I'll hang up. No, it's cool, yeah. Alright, let's dance. Not expecting much exciting, but yeah, let's dance. What is going on here? Okay, so you've got an apple up here at the top, which is that a worm in it? Now this screen does look alright for a 1983 game, doesn't it? It's got nice colours, it's cheerful, there's a lot going on here. But at first, it's not easy to see which one of these figures you're supposed to be. I mean, coming into it, you're supposed to be playing the part of this bear on the front cover here. This one that looks like it's being brought into a police station to be asked questions about its abusive stepfather. Hello? Yes, that is the last off-colour joke I'll make about childhood emotional abuse. Yeah. No, it's cool. No, yeah, I'll hang up. Well, where is he? Is he one of these mental flapping things? No? He's not that, that's an apple. Well, that only leaves this thing. This lad with a hat and massive platform shoes, who does not look like any teddy anywhere in the world. It might look like the drawing of a teddy that a child did if said child had no idea what a teddy is. It actually reminds me of a drawing that my little brother did when he was 5 of Bugs Bunny tied up. See? Children are weird and creepy.
Hey, baby Pac-Man, what have you been drawing recently? You've been reading those Julia Donaldson books again, haven't you?
I mean, come on, is it that hard to draw a bear in these graphics? Look, here's a bear in Crystal Castles. I mean, you can see that's a bear. This isn't a bear. On the subject of bears, look at this one in this unreleased prototype by Fred Mack from 1983. I have been laughing for 10 minutes about how frantically it flails its arms. Just wanted to share it. I mean, it's being shot at by a gun, so, it makes sense that it's panicking. Whee! So you need to throw ropes up onto the next level so you can get up. Like this. Ah! Oh god, what is that? What is that? Okay. I'm up. Right. So it's not especially difficult and it doesn't really control that badly, really, for an Atari game. So to finish the level, you need to set off all of these magical stardust ladders, which is what they're called in the instructions. I thought they were supposed to be ropes at first, but no, apparently they're stardust ladders. What does a stardust ladder look like, you ask? Well, like that, apparently. Live and learn.
That Teddy is obviously very determined to get that apple up there. The one that's got a worm in it. Bloody hell, Teddy, are they not feeding you properly? This is all very dark. Teddy, love, the only worm you should be eating is a tequila worm. And don't worry, you'll learn about that when you're older. Given that you clearly come from a broken home, you'll be eating tequila worms in your teens. Speaking from experience.
Why can't I get up there? What's going on? What are these people doing down? What are these things? Excuse me, love. Ah! Throw all of the ropes up. Excuse me. Ah! There's no explanation given for us to be climbing up here to get an apple, by the way. I mean, not in the instructions or anywhere else. It's not representing Mommy. We'll get to meet her later. This is all supposed to be a bad dream, according to the instructions. So I guess anything goes. Giant apple? Yeah, it's all a dream, mate. I mean, these things dancing about supposedly being dream demons totally absolves the game of all requirement to explain them. I mean, this does look quite nightmarish to me, doesn't it? I mean, this is the first thing that appears in my nightmares. These things, going mental, will kill you if you get hit by them. Now, what these things are specifically is anyone's guess, because, as I said, the instructions say they are nasty dream demons. They do look angry though, don't they? Wouldn't want to mess with them. With my massive shoes. Ah, no, no, no. No, go away! Oh, what does that mean? Deaded. What the hell? Alright, so she's turned into a snake with a halo. I really don't feel like I'm in a place to ask any questions. I mean, this is not at all what I expected from a game called I Want My Mommy, but then again, what did I expect? The only way you can stop yourself getting hurt by the dream demons is to get hold of this thing, which, and please don't throw up, is supposed to be Mommy's special kisses. Oh, I can't stand that kind of language. It does look more like a non-binary flag, though. Mummy's kisses must be very inclusive. So, grab hold of Mummy's special kisses.
Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that tequila worm.
And now you can knock out the dream demons, which makes them look like we murdered them. Look, they've got little halos. But aren't they demons? So how did they get halos? I mean, they come back to life if you leave them long enough. So maybe it's supposed to be a dizzy little whirly thing? You know, one of them. Come here. Hey, have a bit of that. The gameplay honestly isn't bad. It's actually reasonably fun. You've got to think quickly about where these idiots are and plan ahead to make sure you're not caught without a way out. It is also kind of satisfying to see all the magical ladders up because of how colourful it all is. Not especially taxing, and you know, it doesn't actually seem that bad. Oh, I take it back, I hate it, this is bullshit. Excuse me, love. Oh, no. Oh! Well, let's see if we can get to Mommy.
Baby Pac-Man, quick! Get Mummy's special Ribena!
Is that supposed to be a teddy bear? What kind of messed up bear is that? It looks like it just beamed down. You're supposed to be getting a hug from her for Teddy, but good God, who would want to hug that? I mean, I'm supposed to want to climb up to this thing to get her, but she looks like she's having some sort of breakdown. Is it okay if I just go and stay at Dad's for a bit? Mum? Mum? Alright, look, I'll find your cigarettes, okay? They can't have gone far, just chill out for a second, please. Well, Atari games leave a lot to the imagination, and you can't just expect the things on the screen to look exactly like the thing they're meant to represent. But surely it would be easy enough to do a teddy bear shape, even with these graphics? Well, yeah, it probably is. But, you know, these guys, ZMAG, they couldn't be bothered. Because, you know, they hadn't even made the game. They'd taken another game and slapped this ridiculous story about a bear in a nightmare on it. But what game, exactly? Well, welcome to what I've just spent about a week researching, because I have little else to do in my life.
Disclaimer, I'm not a game historian. I can only go by information that's available to me, which, to be fair, is probably the same information that's available to you. I just put it all into one place for you, like a video Wikipedia, essentially what all retrospective YouTubers are.
Well, to start us off, this is the game that we're going to look at first. Open Sesame has a copyright label of 1982. This doesn't necessarily mean that it came out that year, although all the other games I'm talking about all have the 83 stamp. Open Sesame was, as far as I can gather, made and released by Bit Corporation, also known as Puzzy. There are versions from different localities which will have either Bit Corporation or Puzzy at the bottom. There is also a version that says CCE on the game screen. That's another publisher.
Confusingly, it seems that CCE might have been a regional name for Home Vision. It's all very tangled up and my brain was really hurting when I was writing this script. Partly because of the tequila.
And as you can see, same character. And same weird dancing girls as well. Why does he walk like that? What is going on there, Sunshine? Maybe it's because he's wearing massive shoes. I mean, mate, you really do need to get yourself some decent hush puppies. You can't be going into Clark's and saying, look, I want the biggest possible shoes you can give me. And, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh. You okay, Sunshine? You okay? Look at her, she's just crabbing along, having a nice time. I come along and just absolutely wreck her, like proper murder. This is a game where you murder people who are just randomly dancing about and having a nice time. Oh, she's back to life. Oh, she's dead again. Oh, gutted. Double ghost. By the way, Open Sesame also got put on the TV Boy under the name Holy Ghost, but it's exactly the same game. Now, on balance, this lad here does look far more like Alibaba than a frigging Teddy. I mean, his feet are massive, and I'm not sure if that's from the story. And maybe he hid all the treasure in them, I don't know. But in Open Sesame, the ladders are instead magic ropes. You know, like that Indian rope trick? The entire level is meant to be a hill, and these things are guards. Mommy's kisses are a magic ball. And of course, you know, circles weren't really possible at this level of detail on an Atari 2600, so I'll give it a pass. But you're on thin ice, Sunshine. When you knock out these guards, they supposedly turn into golden statues. I suppose still the Halo thing though, so what's going on there? But at the top of the screen, there's no apple, and thank God, no mommy. Ugh. Instead, we get this sweet opening screen. Whoa. And also, one of only 2 examples of built-in voice synthesis on an Atari 2600 game. Whoa, listen to that. Oh, baby. Whoa. I mean, you have to be told that it's actually saying Open Sesame for you to hear it, but still sensual. Although it does sound like it's being gargled from the throat of a man who's drowning. So when I was first writing this review, I was absolutely certain Open Sesame was the original game from which I Want My Mommy was birthed. Pun intended, obviously, because they're cheap and easy. Like your mum. Neither of the games were officially licensed by Atari, and, you know, this was back in the 80s, so they were probably fair game to each other for copies. But after looking deeper into it, I'm more confident to say now that there's actually a third game from which both of these 2 may have spawned. I'm just not 100% sure which of 2 games is that spawner. Either Teddy Apple, which was released by Home Vision in 1983, or Apples and Dolls, released also in 1983 by Polyvox. This one seems to be the core. Pun. 'Cause apples? No, don't get angry, Mum. It was just a joke. Teddy Apple is very rare, and it is hard to find scans of it online. Hid trying to avoid demonic thingies. Doesn't seem to be mention of any Teddy though. Why would it be called Teddy Apple if there's no Teddies?
No clue. No clue. I spent a long time trying to work it out. I have no clue. I don't even have access to the game to check if one is even mentioned in the instruction book.
In Apples and Dolls, that terrifying thing, which we formerly knew as Mommy, is officially a doll, which makes a hell of a lot more sense than what I Want My Mommy gave us. Although I suppose it could be a doll in I Want My Mommy Too. I mean, I don't know how genetics works in the toy world. Maybe a doll can give birth to a teddy bear from a cross-species relationship? Or, of course, she adopted him. Why am I thinking so hard about this? Although if you want to get pedantic, you'll note that the instructions say Teddy is going to get a big bear hug from Mum. So, this thing is likely supposed to be a bear.
Alright, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on the graphics here. No, I'm not.
So, Polyvox released Apples and Dolls, developed by none other than Activision. Polyvox was a licensed distributor of games for Atari in Brazil. As far as whether Teddy Apple or Apples and Dolls came before our mommy version, or were even released at the same time, it's at least worth noting that ZMAG, who released I Want My Mommy, made this Atari game Cart Copier. This was released, possibly slightly earlier, as the Home Vision cartridge copier. The same Home Vision that released Teddy Apple. It's the exact same, except that ZMAG just slapped one of their stickers on it.
But that's why Home Vision's Teddy Apple and ZMAG's I Want My Mommy could be closer linked than I first thought. And if Teddy Apple came before ZMAG's version, which I suspect because of the cart copier thing, then maybe Teddy Apple was nabbed or sold to ZMAG, and then they came up with this ridiculous story about a teddy bear trying to find its mum. Changed the box art and the instructions, pow, teddy game, with no teddies in it.
But now we have to ask the question, if this was the licensed one, maybe this is the root of all the games all along. It would make sense since Bit Corporation's Open Sesame wasn't officially licensed for Atari game distribution, and the player in Apples and Dolls is supposed to be a person, a little girl. But then there's the 1982 stamp on the Open Sesame box art. At this stage, I really don't know. This is all a rabbit hole to get lost in for sure, and to be frank, there's so many rabbit holes in the world of Atari 2600 games because there were so many versions made of so many games, either officially or as a hack, that it makes the ground look like Swiss cheese. ZMAG's games were all NTSC ports of Bit Corporation games, but I don't think they ever released Open Sesame under the ZMAG name. It's all very tangled up and intertwined. There's some good theories knocking about online regarding whether Open Sesame or I Want My Mommy appeared first. I appreciate only the proper nerds of my viewers would have found all that even slightly interesting. Too long didn't read, game okay, title weird, box art creepy, probably not the original version. Okay, thanks, bye.
Well, it's time for my afternoon nap. Oh god. Ugh!